You know how sometimes you just kind of want a new look? Like you want to rearrange your living room. You know, you can't afford all new furniture, but you can afford some throw pillows and the time it takes to move things around into a different configuration. Well, I kind of feel the same way about guns sometimes. I get a little bored with them. I have quite a few guns, and there's some I've had for quite a while, and they just sit in the safe because, you know, there's nothing new about them. They don't excite me anymore. I don't want to sell them because I like the gun. It's a good overall gun. It's not the gun's fault, you know, that I'm fickle. So sometimes I just like to spruce them up a little bit. And the gun I'm going to do that with today is my SIG P239. Now the SIG P239 is a single stack 9mm from SIG. It's not a fancy looking gun, no rail, nothing like that. It's just all black. Now I have bead blasted the barrel down in this to a satin stainless, but overall this gun is nothing flashy. And you know, I don't have a lot of money right now. It's because I've bought a few guns recently, so I thought, well, I'll spruce this gun up and I'll do it for just the price of a new pair of grips. But I'm not just going to change the grips. I don't know if you can tell here, but the way this gun is finished, there's like a little rainbow effect right here. It's not so much a rainbow as it just is a glossy effect on the slide because of the grain of the metal. I've never liked that, so I'm going to get rid of that by bead blasting the slide down. I'm going to make this a two-tone gun, so it'll have a stainless slide, a black frame, and then I'll put some new grips on it to give it a good look. Now, of course, the first thing we have to do is get these sights off of here, so let's do that first. Okay, I did get them out of there, and I'm actually a little winded because I had to beat the hell out of these things to get them out of there. I bent up a couple of brass punches and had to resort to a steel punch on the back here. But got them out, so now I'm going to get the slide disassembled and ready to bead blast. Now the first thing I did was punch out that little pin right there, and now I'm going to take out the firing pin. And to do that, you just push down this little safety right here, and it should pop out. And there you go, it popped right out. Now I just need to pull it out of there. And I've got the firing pin out. Then the little safety thing here should just pull right out. Of course, the little spring that goes with it, don't forget about that. Now I just got to take the extractor out. Now this is a little different than taking the extractor out of a Glock. On the Glock, you take the back plate off, this shoots out the back. This, you actually got to push it back with a screwdriver and pull the little extractor out here. Oop, there it went. It popped right out there, so now I just got to take this to the side and take the little extractor rod out of here. Should pop out. And there's a spring up in there you got to get out of there too. These little punches are good for stuff like that. Came right out there. So now I've got this fully disassembled and ready to bead blast. Here's a little bit of advice from someone who has learned the hard way, and you're probably already smart enough to know anyway. But keep a little bag around to put all the parts in you take out of the gun, or else you're going to lose some of these little parts like I have done many times and have to sit around and wait for the manufacturer to send you a new one before you can put your gun together. And trust me, like I say, I know from experience. I just want to say one thing real quick. People who say SIG finishes are not durable have never tried to bead blast one. I'm blasting the hell out of this thing. It's taking forever to get it off. But I'm getting it off, so I'll be done soon. Okay, I finally got it all bead blasted off here. So now I just got to put the sights back on it and put it back together. Okay, I've got the sights back on it. So now I just got to put the slide back together and I'll be ready to move on to the next step. Okay, I've got it all back together. The little firing pin is back in there. The extractor is back in. The little firing pin holder, I guess you would call it pin, is back in there. It's a little dirty and greasy right now, but I will clean it up before I put the gun back together here in a few minutes. Now, before I put the slide on the frame, I want to change out the grips. These are the standard black grips, and I got something a little bit nicer for it that I'm going to put on there right now. I got a pair of the Extreme Hogue G10 grips. I believe this is the chain link pattern in the green and black. So I'm going to put these on there to see how they look. I'm almost wishing now I had gotten the red and black. I'm going to look at the green and black first, see how it looks. If I don't like it, I'll just send these back to Amazon and get the red and black. Here's a closer look at the grips. Like I say, I think this is the chain link, but I'm not sure, and it is in the green and black. So let's get them on and see how they look. Okay, they are on the gun, so let's put this thing all back together and see what the finished product looks like. Okay, there you have it. We've got a finished product now. As you can see, it looks very different than it did before. Very, very different, actually. I actually like this new look a lot better. Now, I haven't decided if I'm going to leave the slide a matte finish like this, or if I'm going to brush it out, put a texture on it, or if I'm going to high polish it. But for now, I'm kind of liking just the bare metal look here. It kind of looks like it's had a very lustrous gray powder coat put on it, like a silvery gray powder coat, and I'm liking the way it looks. I do like the green and black grips here, but I don't know if I'm crazy about them. I like them better on some other guns. I might send these back and get the red and black. But for now, I'm going to live with these for a couple of days and see how I like them and then decide if I'm going to change them or not. So there you have it. If you've got an old gun that you're just a little bit bored with and you can't afford a new gun, so you want to just give it a little bit of a makeover, doesn't take a lot of time or money. Like I say, just for the price of a new grip here, I actually made this gun look like a completely different gun. All it took, like I said, was one pair of Hogue grips and a little bit of elbow work, and now I've got what looks like a brand new gun, or maybe even a custom gun.